Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, I am going to be sharing 5 different lunchbox ideas with you. If you're stuck in a bit of a rut when it comes to thinking what to give your kids in their lunchboxes, so it's not just a boring sandwich and some crisps, then stick around to watch these 5 different ideas. I really hope you enjoy them. These have been tried and tested by my kids and they always go down a real treat. So I really hope they will do for your kids, but also if you're going out and about as well and want to make yourself a little lunchbox too. If you're watching this video and you're seeing me for the first time, I would love for you to stick around and subscribe. I post loads of different foodie content on my channel with a brand new recipe idea every single Sunday morning at 7 AM UK time. Also over on my Instagram, I post lots of different foodie content too. So if you want even more inspiration, then don't forget to follow me over there as well. So before we get into this video, I just wanted to quickly show you the lunchbox that I have for the boys. It's by Genius and it's a really good lunchbox with lots of compartments. So as you can see, it's got a little top lid with some wings that clip down when you want to secure it. And on the underside of it, it's got a little spork and a spoon, which is perfect for if they're having any yogurts in here or things like pasta that they will need to kind of pick up, not with their fingers. This part which holds the fork and spoon on comes off really easily so that you can clean it, and then it clips back on. So it's all nice and secure and it's all nice and neat. This next layer is a lid that kind of keeps it nice and airtight. So once this little plug is down, it means that it's completely airtight and you can't really lift this lid off. But as soon as you lift that off, it then releases the suction from the lunchbox, which means you can then open it really easily. It's got little indentations on either side. You can see where it says to open it, and that's where your kids would get their fingers underneath to lift this lid off. And then as you can see on the lid, it has this little like groove section, which then plugs into this section nice and neatly. So if you want to put any liquids in here or yogurts and dips, then this is the perfect place to put them, and you know that it will not spill into any other section because it is completely secured by this extra little lip on this lid section. Then as you can see, you've got lots of different compartments. You have the bit where you can put some liquids in here, and then you have a big section which I normally put their sandwiches in, and then you've got a smaller, longer section and 2 other small sections as well. It's a really good, handy lunchbox for the kids. You can fit loads of things in here, and like I said, it's a really nice airtight container with really handy little utensils as well. With all that said, I'm just going to jump straight on into this video and share with you my 5 lunchbox ideas. For this lunchbox, we are going to be making some pizza bagels. So what I have done with this bagel so far is I've cut it in half, and then I have also toasted it in our toaster on the bagel setting. So it's kind of toasted on the outside, a bit on the inside, but then I am going to be putting it under the grill as well. So here I have got some tomato puree, I've got some oregano and some grated cheese. I'll be putting the tomato puree onto the base of my bagel, and then with some oregano and then with some grated cheese, and I'll pop it under the grill for about 5 minutes until the cheese has melted. And then the rest of the things that I have got in this lunchbox is some cut up cucumber, and then in these sections I've got some raspberries and I've got some Greek yogurt in here, and I've topped it with a little bit of honey. Then I have got a chocolate Belvita bar, so one of these. Rory's favourite. You can get the chocolate ones, or you can also get some like raspberry ones. Today we're having the chocolate one. And then he has also got a bag of barbecue beef hula hoops. A little bit of a tip is if you are putting anything kind of warm into the lunchbox and it hasn't quite cooled down properly, I would just lay a little sheet of kitchen towel in there, and that will just soak up any moisture that comes off of your food. So in today's lunchbox, I've got some carrots and some cucumber, and they will be dipped into some homemade hummus. I'm just going to show you now how I made this hummus. For my hummus, I have got 2 tins of chickpeas, some salt and pepper, lemon juice. I've got tahini, some garlic, and some extra virgin olive oil as well. I'm just going to put all of these ingredients into my little mixer, blitz it up, and it makes a really, really nice homemade hummus. So you can either shop by your hummus or make it this way. I then have got 2 fig rolls, a cut up kiwi, and then I've also made some wraps as well. In this wrap, I have got some sliced up cheese, and then I have also sliced up 2 falafels in here and put in some little cherry tomatoes as well. I then just closed my wrap up, and then I pop them into my George at 4 minutes to get nice and crispy, and so the cheese melts. So obviously when the boys have these wraps, they will be cold. And as you can see, I've put a little bit of kitchen towel at the bottom here as well, because these have cooled down, but that's just to collect any condensation that might come off them when I put the lid on. So they will be cold when the boys come to eat them, but they're just as nice had that way. And that is their lunchbox today. A really nice, healthy lunch with a little bit of some homemade stuff as well. For this packed lunch, I'm going to make a tuna pasta salad, but instead of having like salad leaves, I'm just going to be using some sweet corn. So what I've done here is I've cooked up some pasta, and then when it was ready, I just drained it off, put a little bit of olive oil on top so it didn't stick together, and a bit of salt and pepper as well. And then I've just let this cool down, so you can make the pasta the night before if you want to, and keep it in the fridge overnight. And then what I'm going to add to this pasta is a whole tin of tuna, this whole tin of sweet corn. I'm going to drain the sweet corn out of the water first, and I'm also going to add in some mayo. So obviously, as you can see, this is quite a big quantity of pasta, so I can use half today and then half for tomorrow's lunchbox as well. Or if both kids are taking packed lunches in, they can each have half of this pasta in their lunch boxes. This pasta isn't going to go into the normal lunchbox, it's actually going to go into this little like glass Pyrex lunchbox. And then to go with this, I will also give a little fruisley bar. This is a juicy red berry chewy cereal bar. Right, so in today's lunchbox, we have got some cucumber and carrots just cut up into little kind of like slices like that. And then I have also made an egg mayo sandwich. So to make the fillings for this, I've just boiled up some eggs, and then I mashed them down with my fork, added some salt and pepper and some mayo, and I also added some mild curry powder. It adds so much flavour to your egg mix. And then over here, I have made some little homemade scones. You can either make these or buy them. To make these scones, I have got in this bowl, I've got 350 grams of self-raising flour. I've got 1 teaspoon of baking powder. I'm meant to have 85 grams of butter, but I don't have any butter, so I've actually put 85 grams of coconut oil in here instead. I've got 3 tablespoons of caster sugar, 175 mils of milk, 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract, and 1 egg. I'm just going to beat this whole mixture up until it's nice and smooth, and then I'm going to form them into my little scone shapes and bake them in the oven on 200 degrees centigrade just for 10 to 12 minutes, or until they're nice and golden brown on the outside. And then what I have done is I've filled it with some dulce de leche. This is a really delicious like Argentinian spread. It's like a sweet spread, so this is going to be the kids' dessert today, and it's really, really nice put into your scones. If your kids would prefer having some little clotted cream and jam, you can add that instead, but mine love dulce de leche. You can, if you want to, put your clotted cream and jam into this middle section, because that is free in today's lunchbox. But other than that, your lunchbox is finished. It's a really nice and healthy lunchbox with something homemade with a sweet centre. So as it's Friday today at the boys' school, it's always fish and chip day. So I thought I would make my own kind of like fish and chip bap today for the kids to take into school. So what I have got in here is I have got a lunchbox filled up with some fruit salad. I've got strawberries, blueberries and grapes cut up in here. And then the crisps I've put in this little side compartment are these baked oven crisps. These are prawn cocktail flavour, because I thought I would just carry on with like fish theme in this lunchbox, and then I'm going to make them a little fish bap as well. So what I have done here is I have made myself some little homemade fish fingers. So I just got pieces of cod and I sliced them into finger shapes. I then dipped them into some beaten up eggs and then into some breadcrumbs, and I popped them into my air fryer on 200 degrees centigrade for 20 minutes. And as you can see, they come out and they look like really, really lovely homemade fish fingers, so you know exactly what's in here. So what I'm going to do is I've got a little white bread roll. You can use whatever bread roll you fancy, and I'm just going to pop some mayonnaise on the bottom of my bread roll, and then I'm just going to spread that in on both top and bottom, and then I'm going to lay some of my fish fingers into my bap, pop it into the boys' lunchbox, and that's them good for the day. This is a really nice, fun lunchbox for the kids, and as they're not having a school dinner, they kind of like fit in with the rest of the kids who are having the fish finger school dinner. Thanks so much for watching today's video. I really hope you enjoyed it and it gave you some good ideas for what to put in your kids' lunchboxes next week. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!